all right then, Pete, are you?
Yeah, not too bad, you know, not too bad. Cheers.
What have you been doing lately then, eh?
Well, quiet. Pretty quiet. Yeah. Been pretty quiet recently. Not been up to much. Had a spot of the usual trouble the other day, though.
Oh, dear. What happened then?
Spot the usual bother. I come home about 11:30 it was, I seem to remember. You know, we'd been out having a few drinks, if you remember. And I comes home about 11:30, and you know, I was feeling a little bit tired. So, you know, I thought 11:30. I thought I'll go to bed and get into bed and take my clothes off, you know, and so on and stuff.
Well, don't you take your clothes off before you go to bed normally?
Usually, yeah, but I made that mistake this time. So you got it the wrong way around, didn't I? Anyway, I got into bed, settled down. I was just about, you know, reading the Swiss Family Robinson.
That's good, isn't it?
Lovely book, lovely book. Anyway, I got up to about page 483, second paragraph, when suddenly, bring.
What's that?
Well, that's the telephone going bring. Anyway, so I picked up the phone, and do you know who it was?
Who?
Bloody Jean Hartley. She was. Bloody Jean Hartley. I said, look, Jean, what do you think you're doing calling me at 11:30 at night? She said, it's only 2:30 in the morning over here. I said, I don't care what bloody time it is. What do you think you're doing calling and waking me up? She said. She said, Peter, get on a plane and come and dance with me. Be mine tonight, she said.
You said it was the middle of the afternoon.
Well, yeah, what she probably meant was be mine tonight, tomorrow afternoon our time.
But didn't she mean tomorrow afternoon?
Anyway, be mine tonight, she said. I said, look, Jean, we've had our fun and we've had our laughs, and but it's all over, innit? I said, stop pestering me. Get back to that Harry James bloke and his trumpet and just stop pestering me, I said. I'll put the phone on, I said, stop pestering me, I've had enough.
Shouldn't you have said stop pestering her? I'll get out of it. Shouldn't you have said stop pestering me before you put the phone down?
Well, I should have, yes.
Well, it's funny you should say that, because a couple of nights ago we've been having a couple of drinks, remember?
I remember that.
Well, I come home, I was feeling a bit tired, I went to bed, I was having a nightcap. Yeah, remember?
As you do,
yeah.
yeah.
We do that, don't we? Anyway, all of a sudden, I'm just getting off to sleep nicely, and I hear this hollering from the kitchen, hollering, and screaming and banging on the kitchen door. I thought, Fanny, so I went downstairs, I flung open the kitchen door, you'll never guess. Bloody Jean Hartley in the middle of the kitchen, and knees up to rise, screaming at me, laissez more entrante, amore me, por favore. Italian, yes. She was covered in mud. She grabbed hold of me, she threw me down, she said, what? I can't remember what she said now, but she threw me down. she had a see-through blouse on.
All damp and see-through and everything.
Yes, I said, get out of here, get out of here, you Italian thing, I said, get out of here.
Italian thing, that was a good thing to call her, wasn't it?
I said, get out of here, don't come round here messing up my rights again.
No, I should hope not. I had the same trouble, you know, about 3 nights ago. I come in about 11:30 at night, as it was. We've been having a couple of drinks, if you remember. I do. And I come in, I get into bed, you see, feeling quite sleepy. I can feel my eyelids beginning to droop. Bit of a droop in the old eyelids there was. I was just about to drop off, and suddenly I hear tap, tap, tap on the bloody window pane. And I looked out, you'll never guess who it was.
Who?
Bloody Jean Hartley. Bloody Jean Hartley, I tell you. Stark naked, so for a shorty nightie, she was hanging on the windowsill, and I could see her knuckles all going white, saying, Peter, you know how these bloody Neston arts go on. I said, get out of it, bloody Jean Hartley, but she wouldn't go. Oh, she wouldn't go. I had to smash her down with a broomstick, I did. Poke her off the windowsill. She fell down on the pavement with a great crash.
She just had a nightie on, is that right?
Yeah, just a nightie.
See-through?
Yeah, that's all she had on, mate, just a see-through shorty nightie. Nothing else except for those dark glasses she wears.
Well, it's funny you should say that.
Yes, it is funny I should say that, isn't it?
Because about 4 nights ago, we've been having a couple of drinks, remember?
Oh, a couple of drinks, yeah.
Well, I come home, I open the door, I thought, sniff, sniff. Funny, I thought, funny smell of wood, burning.
Probably burning wood, did.
What's that?
Well, it's that new perfume worn by sensual earthy women, isn't it?
Oh, right, anyway, so I went up to the bathroom. It smells a bit stronger up there. I thought, that's funny. I went into the bedroom, it smells getting ridiculous. So I get in the bed, I put the light up, I pull the covers back, it's a bit warm in. I thought, fanny, being a bit warm like that, you know. Anyway, I'm just getting off to kick nicely, and suddenly I not hear anything because I'm getting into bed. I feel a hand on my cheek.
And which cheek was that? Come on, son, which cheek was it?
It was a left upper.
Oh, right.
Anyway, I thought, that's funny. So I get up, put the light on, guess what? Bloody hand there with scarlet fingernails.
Well, who was it?
Bloody Jean Hartley, right there.
Jean Hartley?
I said, Jean, get out of here. Jean with the, you know,
Jean with the huge.
Jean with the, I said, Jean, get out of here, I said. I got out of bed, I chucked her down the stairs. I said, get out of here, you hussy, I said, is your bra and panties? I chucked them down. I got her a silk scarf, I chucked it down. I said, get out of here, you hussy, I said, get out of here. I got her the fag holder thing, I chucked it down. I got a bucket of water, chucked it over. I said, get out of here. Don't come in my bed again, mate, that's disgusting.
You're quite right, you are. We've got to do something about this bloody woman that keeps pestering us, haven't we?
Yeah. What are you doing tonight then?
I thought I might take her to the pictures.
All right.